What's going on YouTube? Name is Santos. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. I wanted to talk about how I was able to keep my Advanced Parole document safe. And I wanted to share two stories where I was freaking out. The second time I was freaking out a lot. Like I was to the point where I'm like, am I going to get back into the US? So first of all, you get an advanced parole letter. That's literally the document that immigration asks for whenever you come back into the US, and you have to keep it safe. Now, I don't know. I received the question on one of my videos, and I don't know where you're going to. I don't know where you're traveling to, but I was traveling to Tapachula, and my family out there, they live very, they're very, I don't know how to put this. If you've seen my vlog, you know how the houses are in Mexico, especially like down south. Most of the houses out there just don't look safe at all from like burglars. And that was one of my big concerns. So when I was picked up from the airport, my uncle had hired some guy that they use like as an Uber or taxi, if you want to call that, if you want to call it that way. And he was taking us to my uncle's house, and all of it is road, but it's not like here in the States. It's paved road, but there's no rules. I mean, you will see people flying, down the interstate, no turn signals. They're just, it's free for all there on the interstate there in Mexico. I mean, there's no rules. There's no rules whatsoever. I was shocked. It was a cultural shock. But anyways, there was one point where we left the road and we started to go into like dirt, gravel, and there was one point that there was a truck that was just blocking kind of the way. And my family, my uncle and my aunt that had came pick me up, they kind of looked like they were a little worried and like, what's going on? And if they're worried, I'm like, I'm worried, right? I have my backpack with my document. If these are people that are there just to steal whatever and just ask for money or whatever, they're going to ask for my backpack, no questions asked, and they're going to want to take it. And I was kind of panicking at the moment, but I did a little short prayer, and I was like, you know what? We're going to get through this. And so we kind of circled around the truck. It looks like they were just drinking and just having a good time. And we just kind of went about our ways. So that was one of the first scare that I had. But whenever I got to my uncle's house, I put all my documents underneath my suitcase, and I just left it there. And I asked my uncle where was the safest place in his house, and he was like, they have like 6-7 dogs, and so that is pretty much the alarm system in Mexico. You go any house, they have tons of dogs. I mean, dogs over there are like cats. Everybody has them. Everybody has some type of dog, and it's not for like pets, it's for security reasons. And so my uncle was like, you can leave it here. Nobody ever comes around my house. Plus your aunt is always here. And then there's a lot of dogs. And so I was like, okay, left it there. The only thing that I would carry around was cash that I had so that we could convert them to pesos whenever we were in Mexico. Not in Mexico, I mean in Tapachula. And so, yeah, that was pretty much it. Just find somewhere just ask your relative, where you can store it. If you're in a hotel, I think even better, but just ask your family members where you can store it and never carry it around, because you never know what's going to happen. And so my other scare was when a day before, having to come back to the US, I couldn't find my wallet. And my wallet had my license, my work permit, my social security card, and that's it. But I was panicking because I thought, and if you've seen my previous videos, the only thing that they ask you there at the airport when coming back into the U.S. and going through immigration, they only ask you for your passport and for your AP letter. They don't ask you for your license. They don't ask you for your work permit. But I took it anyways just in case. But I couldn't find that, and I thought that they were gonna ask that when I got to immigration. So that's why I was panicking. And I couldn't find my wallet. And my uncle was like, "Where did you last leave it?" And in my mind, I thought I had left it on the table. And some of his dogs would sometimes enter his house, and he was like, "Well, if you left it on the table, sometimes the dogs come in here, and whatever it's on the table, they just take it out, and who knows where it could be." If you haven't seen my vlog, look at where I stayed, and it's nothing but just trees and greenery everywhere. I mean, who knows where it could have been if the dogs would have gotten it, right? But I started to look everywhere. I was panicking. I was looking for it for the last 10 minutes there. I had been looking for it for the last 10 minutes and I couldn't find it. So I was panicking, had no connection. I was starting to really worry, and I was like, you know what? Let me search one more time. My suitcase has a zipper on the bottom where you can store whatever. But it's not only that area where you can store things. You can store things like you can put your hand and you can go all the way up within that zipper. So my wallet was stuck all the way in the corner, and I couldn't find it. And the relief that I felt was immense. Like I was so happy that I found my wallet. But anyways, those were my two stories. I know it's not a lot, but for people that only have one entry and one letter that can get you back in, it's very stressful. So just make sure you store it in a very good place. Leave it there for your entire trip. These are all just a few tips, because it's not really, I mean, who knows? Anything can happen. You know, I don't wish that upon anybody, but anything can happen. And just store it in a very safe place, and just don't worry about it. Just enjoy your trip. Then once you are, ready to come back, make sure all your documents are in order, and just have fun. Just have fun. That's all I can say. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in for another video. If you guys have any more questions, please let me know. Comment in the comment section below. More videos coming soon about me just changing my lifestyle. I've been stuck in just being kind of just on cruise control. I need to step it up as far as my diet, going back to the gym. I used to be a gym rat, and my life has changed so much that I don't even go to the gym sometimes. But we're gonna get back to it. Self-improvement is coming soon, and we have to get better day by day. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys in the next video.